I want to talk today about who you surround yourself with, because there's a quote out there around you are a combination of the five closest people to you. And essentially, if you look at the five closest people to you, that will determine where you're at and where you're going, because you take traits in from everyone that's around you. So if you want to improve your life, then you have to start surrounding yourself with people who are inspiring and who are inspiring to be better versions of themselves. And this also ties into kids as well, because when I was doing my teaching degree, I did this course on youth at risk, and we had this teacher have this parent come in with their child who had been through everything. They had been on the streets, they had been addicted to drugs, they had been like everything you could possibly think of. This kid had gone through, and at the time that he came in to present to our class, he was 18, and he was sober and off all of the things and actually on a good track. And one of the things that I thought was the most interesting about this was the person that had come in, their parents were like very well off, like judge, lawyer, like super, super wealthy. And what they've discovered in research as well is that kids end up, it's not about who your parents are, it's not about what your parents put you in or what they do for you. It's essentially who your kids surround themselves with, what will determine if they end up in trouble in school or if they end up doing really well. And so that for me has always stuck out to me, because I was like, okay, no matter what I do, it doesn't matter. Like, it does matter, but not as much as my daughter's friends are gonna influence her. And so I always try to make sure that I'm surrounding her with really, really great people, because that's who's going to influence her the most as she gets into her teen years and everything else. And essentially that's what that child who had been through so much and had been come to present to us in the class, he said there was nothing his parents could have done, nothing, until he decided he was ready. But it also was, he had to completely change his group of friends. And that is something that's really, really hard for people sometimes. And even as adults, it's something that if you want to change your life, well, you might have to change who some of your friends are. And you might have to look at who your friends are and be like, are these people inspiring? Are they going to help me get to the next goal that I want to achieve, or are they going to hold me back? And what I love about things that are going on in my life right now is that I look at the people in my life and I'm like, wow, like they are so inspiring. I'm so lucky to have such an inspiring group of friends and an inspiring group of people around me. And I think that that's something that I've really attracted, because I've been going out and I've been doing lots of things, and some of the people that I've grown close to don't even live where I live. Like, they live halfway across the world, because I connected with them on a group on Facebook about women entrepreneurs, and they had asked if I wanted to be in a talk show, and I said yes, and essentially I just like have grown this network of people, all from being open to it and to being open to growth. And so people that you attract into your life, you will be vibing at that same vibe as you, and you will attract that same kind of energy. And what I love too about my yoga practice is that so many of my really good friends are also practice yoga, and like so much of our time hanging out is like, I'll meet you at yoga right? Or do you want to go do this yoga event with me? And not so much in the last 2 years, but in the past, before COVID, it was so much of the things that we went and did together were different yoga events, or snowboarding and skiing. Like, so much of the time I spend with my friends is essentially snowboarding and skiing, or hiking, or doing things that we truly love to do. And it's inspiring. It's inspiring to be 40 years old and still out on the ski hill ripping it up on the weekends. And I think that that's so empowering, because I think that the people that you surround yourself with really like level you up. And I know for a fact that there's some hikes that I would have never ever done on my own, but the people that I've surrounded myself with are avid hikers, and so they have pushed me to be a better hiker as well. And I haven't done as much this year as I'd like to, but there's still like those, if you want to get better at something, you have to surround yourself with people who are already doing that and already good at it. And I keep telling that to my daughter too. I'm like, you want to become a better skateboarder? Start skateboarding with people who are better than you. You want to become better at soccer? Start playing soccer with people who are better than you, because that's what's going to lift you up, is when you surround yourself with people who are already striving to do really well. And I think that's in anything. I told my daughter when I wanted to learn how to golf, we went to the driving range today, and I said, when I first wanted to learn how to golf, I had no clue. I didn't even know how to hold the club. And my one girlfriend, who's one of my very best friends, she had started dating someone. We were like 18 at the time. She had started dating someone who eventually became her husband. But I was like, I knew he was a really good golfer, and I said, would he teach me? Can I come with you guys, and will he teach me? Because I know that you're learning too, and I want to learn. And so I essentially went to the person who I knew was the best golfer that I knew and said, will you teach me? Will you just give me some pointers so that I can at least like make it through a round? And essentially, like, that's what I said to my daughter too. I said, you want to learn how to golf? You got to start surrounding yourself with people who actually know what they're doing, because I am not your person. I like to golf. I like to go out and have fun, but I'm not somebody that actually knows what I'm doing when it comes to golfing. But in order to learn, I reached out to the person that I knew was very best at that. And I think comes in anything. If you want to learn something new, think about the person that you know who's already doing it and who's already awesome at it, and go reach out for them for help. That is my suggestion to you, is surround yourself with people who inspire you. And if you want to get better at something, then you need to think about or reach out to someone that's already doing it, because they will just lift you up so much faster.